Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Beta Ray Bill Issue 1. And I enjoyed this issue somewhat. I didn't think it was horrible whatsoever. I am always interested in Beta Ray Bill as a character because of his connection to Thor and everything. It's just, the art is kind of different to the kind of style that I usually enjoy. Not that it's bad or anything. It's usually more on the kind of rougher side, mainly in the content, and which I usually kind of like within my action scenes. But sometimes it's just a little bit like, okay, not bad, mind you. It's just usually not my kind of style. So this opens up pretty much showing Beta Ray Bill in the past on his home planet when he was chosen to receive, of course, the cyborg augmentation to become the kind of horse form to help save his planet. Then we get into the now portion, as this is set during what's going on with the whole King in Black and everything, and Beta Ray Bill and Lady Sif are there to help make sure that Asgard is safe from what's going on. So evidently they see that one of the Nullified are coming to attack Asgard. Beta Ray Bill gets one of this like a two-sided battle axe and rallies the troops of Asgard to fight it. And we find out that it is a nullified Fing Fang Boom, and that it's pretty fucking nasty. So we just see him like kind of like going through. We do see that the Bifrost and of course the whole Galactus helmet. So it was a nice touch to kind of see that, and we see that like Foom just like starts ripping through people, and Beta Ray Bill has a hard time kind of dealing with this dude. Because of course he doesn't have Stormbreaker, and he is just in his so he doesn't have access to like all the powers he usually does when he has that enchanted hammer. So he kind of gets fucked up a little bit until Thor kind of comes out of nowhere and kind of like thundercracks Foom's ass, and of course everybody celebrates him while not celebrating Bill for trying to protect everybody. So we see everything going on. Bill's kind of bandaged up. This Pip dude's like, "Hey, Bill, you did a really good job," and all that, and trying to like hype him up and everything. But Bill's like, I'm exhausted." Sif, of course, comes out and says, "Hey, now you owe me 2 drinks," because they were talking about that he owed her a drink before the battle, and they try and go off and kind of get down to the business. But the thing is, she's like, "What's going on here? I thought at night you turned back into your human form." And evidently this is set after what's going on with the Prey arc with Donald Blake, because he was in his humanoid form in the Blood Dimension. But evidently he touched Mjolnir at the end of that, and we'll have to kind of see how that kind of works out, and he's been stuck in his horse form ever since. And they don't get to do the business, and they kind of walk off. And as we had seen, he had been using his ship Scuttlebutt to kind of help him in fighting Fing Fang Boom. So that was kind of an interesting thing. And he calls Scuttlebutt to kind of take him away. Thor's like, "What's going on here?" And we see that in this, what's going on with Bill here is that he's pissed off at being in Thor's shadow all the time. Thor's like, "I can't help who I am." And he's like, "And you also broke Stormbreaker, and I can't change back, so I'm going to go off, try and find Odin, and try and be beautiful again." And we saw that his like this other kind of bit explaining his kind of relationship with Scuttlebutt, being like, "Yeah, we'll kind of get through this together," and he's going off to Odin to try and get a replacement hammer so he can be beautiful again. So it's kind of a weird setup for me. I'm like, okay, so his basic premise is to be able to be in his more beautiful form and bang Lady Sif. And I granted there's some other kind of stuff, but it seems like most of the emphasis is put on that. And there's some weird kind of like TV show going on in the background that's talking about weird shit. And I didn't quite understand that. So if anybody understands what's going on with that, let me know in the comments. So I liked seeing him battle Fing Fang Boom without his hammer, kind of to see what's going on with that. I understand that there would be friction between Beta Ray Bill and Thor because of what happened with Stormbreaker and what Thor was doing to combat the threat at the time and with dealing with Galactus. It's just really weird that like Beta Ray Bill would have an inferiority complex around Thor. And I would put more emphasis on the thing of, like, you broke Stormhammer. Granted, Thor's wasn't trying to do that, but it should have been. But they had already kind of started to hash that out in the Thor comic books. So it's a really kind of weird setup for the rest of his kind of quest for this like mini series that's I think supposed to be 5 issues. So I don't know. Mainly, I think your draw with this one would be if you're into the concept of what Beta Ray Bell's doing and the art style. And I'm gonna have to kind of see about this. I don't think it's horrible. I mainly looked into it because I'm like, hey, you're doing something with Beta Ray Bill. I would like to see more stuff about Beta Ray Bill myself. So this one, it's kind of a rougher kind of art style, and it really kind of gets into that kind of rough and tumble in the action scenes, which I usually like in like action scenes because sometimes it gives a nice kind of frenetic kind of pace going on. It's just sometimes you get some weird looking faces that kind of are like freaky to me. That's about it. So yeah, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.